Day one of the Vodafone Rally to Portugal, and flying Frenchman Sébastien Ogier has already stamped his authority on a rally he's won for 3 of the past 4 years. The rally began with the spectacular Lisbon street stage, with the WRC's finest screaming around the historic heart of the Portuguese capital. Citroën's Chris Meek impressing on his Portugal debut with the 5th fastest time. Hyundai's Thierry Neuville arrived in round 4 full of confidence after securing the Korean manufacturer's first ever podium finish last time out in Mexico, and he too impressed in Lisbon, the Belgian 4th fastest in stage 1. It was once again, though, the Volkswagens who would make the best start. Jari-Matti Latvala turned 29 on Thursday, and for a while it seemed the birthday boy would secure a stage win on his special day. Only for his teammate Ogier to spoil the party. The Frenchman snatched the championship lead from Latvala in the last round in Mexico and would also make the best start in Portugal, 1.3 seconds faster than Jari-Matti in stage 1 to take the early lead. The rally has moved south to the Algarve countryside for Friday morning, and with Ogier struggling as the first car on the gravel, it's the surprise package of Hyundai's Dani Sordo out front and M Sport's Oyt Tanak second. Ogier slipping to third, 3.4 seconds off the pace. The Vodafone Rally to Portugal has a reputation as one of the most unpredictable and treacherous events in the WRC, as Elfyn Evans has discovered on his first outing in the Algarve in a World Rally car. The young Welshman making a spectacular exit in stage 4.
Oh, Elfyn. You all right? Yeah, you.
And the M Sport man wasn't the only one in trouble on the first pass through Almodovar. Robert Kubica's recent run of incidents continuing with this collision with a tree midway through the stage. The Pole's Fiesta blocking the road, suspending the stage for the following cars. The opening day in the hills above Faro proving as challenging as ever then, with Jari-Matti Latvala's recent strong run also coming to a dramatic end in the opening stage of the afternoon loop. The Finn cutting a corner too tightly in the Silves test. Jari-Matti, unsurprisingly, out for the day as well. Meanwhile, out at the front, we have an unexpected leader at the end of day 1. Mikko Hirvonen's soft compound tyre selection proving inspired through the damp stage 7. M Sport's Finnish star back to his best and storming past Sébastien Ogier to take the lead. Oyt Tanak also passed Ogier on the day's final stage, the Estonian 3.7 seconds behind Hirvonen at the end of Friday. Another good run for Hyundai too, with Dani Sordo 5th and Thierry Neuville 6th. Friday at the Vodafone Rally to Portugal became something of a scrapyard for the WRC runners, particularly on one corner in the Almodovar stage. Chris Meek joining his compatriot Elfyn Evans out on the Portuguese undergrowth after a carbon copy mistake in the second pass through the stage in the afternoon loop. Meek's Citroën coming to rest just metres away from Evans's Fiesta, and with a damaged roll cage, the Northern Irishman would not be able to restart this morning. Out front, though, the fight has continued to rage. Mikko Hirvonen began the day as the leader of a rally for the first time in 2014. Seemingly back to his best, the Finn set about defending his slender 6.5 second advantage on the Saturday stages. Again, the road a treacherous mixture of dry gravel and mud. Second at the start of the day, Oyt Tanak, the M Sport privateer, again displaying his talents. After a miserable 2012 season, the Estonian is back for a limited programme this year and certainly making the most of it. The fastest man through the first pass through Santa Clara, Sébastien Ogier. The world champion began the day in 3rd place, but with just 9/10 of a second between the top 3 in stage 8. In the muddy test that followed, Ogier put his foot to the floor, storming past both Tanak and Hirvonen. It is the Volkswagen man who once again leads the way. 2.4 seconds, the gap between Ogier and Hirvonen after stage 9, with Tanak 11 seconds off the leader's pace in third. Further back, Mads Østberg's begun to pull away from Dani Sordo in the fight for fourth. Saturday afternoon, and the carnage has continued in the Algarve. The latest incident in Robert Kubica's nightmare run. This misjudgment to the right-hander in stage 9. The Pole did his best to get the power down and claw his way back onto the road, and there were remarkable scenes as the Fiesta searched for a way out of the undergrowth. But eventually, the former F1 star was forced to admit defeat with a burnt-out clutch. Once again, Kubica turning stage spectator after the latest of a rapidly growing list of mishaps. Tanak, meanwhile, had begun the day in a fine second place, but a mistake in stage 10 has put paid to the Estonian's hopes of achieving the second podium of his career. The M-Sport man's Fiesta blocking the road, so all the following cars were given nominal times. Tanak's woes, though, would of course prove good news for others, the first beneficiary being Mads Østberg. The Norwegian had been frustrated with his pace on the muddy sections, but found himself in third place at the end of the third day. Former leader Mikko Hirvonen, meanwhile, has done everything within his powers to keep the fight for victory alive. On the soft compound Michelins in the now rapidly drying afternoon stages, though, the Finn's efforts left his tyres shredded by the end of the day. Rally leader Sébastien Ogier had also opted for the soft Michelins, but the world champion is one of the best in the business at conserving his rubber. Particularly rapid on the treacherous muddy sections, the Frenchman has put in another devastating charge over the afternoon loop. At the end of the third day in Portugal, Ogier's lead stands at just over 38 seconds over Hirvonen. Østberg in turn is 48.6 behind the Finn. Thierry Neuville slipped back from 5th to 7th with broken suspension.
It's the final day of WRC Rally Portugal and the dramas aren't over yet. The Finnish driver, Juha Hänninen, clatters a tree in the second Hyundai, and the moment drops him to 8th place overall. He gets further than Spain's Dani Sordo in the Hyundai N team. The front left drive shaft breaks on his car after his left service on the road to the start of the weekend's final 3 stages. Norway's Andreas Mikkelsen, therefore, is a big mover on the leaderboard and moves up to 4th place because of those 2 incidents. The top 3 in the Algarve is settled. The last remaining Citroën belongs to Mads Østberg. He's in 3rd place with the power stage to come at the end of today. Mikko Hirvonen held the rally lead here after 8 stages. The Finn's been giving it all since Sébastien Ogier took it off him, but his tyres on his Fiesta have worn very heavily as a result of his efforts. That's not a problem for the rally leader, Sébastien Ogier. He's not had to deal with that. He's been the leader since stage 9. And his driving here has been so impressive. He's been fast enough to win the final stage, the power stage, meaning he takes 3 bonus points to add to the 25 for the win. And this is his 4th win in Portugal and his 19th career victory. The power stage result then, Ogier wins, Latvala 2nd, Østberg in 3rd. The result in Portugal, Mikko Hirvonen in 2nd place behind Ogier, 43.2 seconds slower. Mads Østberg comfortably ahead of Andreas Mikkelsen in 4th. There are 3 Norwegians in the top 6, with Henning Solberg, the best privateer, in 5th.